Hi there, I'm Antonio and I'm 22. I'm Italian and I would like to apply for the vacant position for the project of media and communication. Who I am? It's always tough to say who you are, well, but I will try for you. Okay. It's the toughest part. I'm Antonio and I'm 22 years old. I am an Italian guy, and how to describe me? Well, I am a participative, young and open-minded person, especially curious. This is what I like to tell to people when they ask me who I am, how I would define myself. When I say that I'm curious, it's like that, and just the way it is. Oh, no, it always starts with songs. But when I say curious, I mean that I like to learn interesting facts that I also use to engage with people. I mean, when I want to speak with someone, I try to catch his attention, maybe trying to add something interesting to the communication. Because one of the things that I like the most when I speak with people is make the conversation interesting. When somebody says interesting things, it attracts me. When somebody has something to tell, it attracts me too. And I try to exchange this interesting fact they told me with other interesting facts. I like to understand what it's behind, what it's underneath, what happened. I like to dig on the news, for example. I like to understand why this happened now, chronological fact, something like that. There's a lot of things that I really like that I could not explain in just, well, I am passionate of, I don't know, alpinism, for example. So what I studied media, communication and advertising at the University of Milan, and there I graduated last year in 2015. In practical way, I studied all the parts of media galaxy or media universe, I could call, like radio, film, journalism, management. I learned photography, graphic animation, graphic design. I learned that communication is practically the salt of the earth in everything. I mean, everything is human, is based on communication. And the kind of communication that we use determine how we understand a situation and a culture, and how do we know. So it's what is underneath the way the things happen, and this is quite interesting because it's what everything practically can do but theory cannot explain. This is communication, and it thrills me a lot. Why make a project with AVS? Well, I would like to make a project with AVS because I studied quite a lot. I mean, I studied for so many years, and I would like to apply it in real life. I would like to make it useful for anybody else. I mean, since now I studied for myself because I wanted, because it's what I feel it was necessary to reach something that I could call dream. So for now was just a selfish thing with me. Now I would like to give it to anybody else, to what I learned, and help them. So why to be a voluntary? I would like to be a voluntary because, as the name said, I have the volunteer. I mean, I have the volunteer to use something that I have and give it to somebody else. That's what interests me. Why this project? Well, I was attracted by this project because what it's offering is the opportunity to use media, to use what I studied, in order to help people communicate with each other. And of course I studied communication, so the aim that I had studying it was help the communication among people, because I noticed that, especially studying it, that it's quite much more complicated than it seems, especially between different cultures that are far away from the ways they live. They interpreted the same things. So actually it would be the challenge I really need to prove what I studied. So it would be nice to make this project for me. What can I offer to this project? To this project I can offer my volunteer, my energy, and of course what I learned. I mean, what I learned, but not only that, also because after studying it also started to be my passion. For example, I like to make photography and video making. I mean, I like the way to cut pieces of life and putting it together and create other meanings for a certain purpose. So create meaning, that's what interests me and what I learned from my studies of communication. So, and also graphic style things. For example, I like to make graphic illustration or photographies. Some of them are not mine, of course, but other ones are. Talking about myself, maybe it could be useful to tell that I have already traveled quite a lot. I mean, I'm used to travel. I traveled from lots of places in Europe. For example, I traveled in Holland, Greece, Czech Republic. Speaking about traveling and my experiences as a traveler, I think it would be interesting to let you know that I already made 2 European projects that was for me quite interesting and maybe probably motivating to try to make a third one with AVS probably. In fact, I already made the Comenius project when I was in high school. That was basically a representative of different countries that encountered together in a specific country, and they talk what it is in their own country, a specific subject. For example, like cuisine, like way of life, like work, and something like that. It was very, very interesting because I was just 16 and 17 and I already had the opportunity to face with other young people and understand, yet in early age, that in our world the same thing are understood in the different way. Underneath the differences, we really want the same things. We want to be educated, we want to learn to outside, and we want to know who the others are. The other project I made is the Erasmus. The Erasmus was an experience that it's nowadays that had passed already 2 years and a half. Difficult to explain because it was such complex and a turning point for me, that I think about it lots of time of the way how I changed when I made it. I participated with university during my university period to the Erasmus project. I studied for 6 months in the Spanish city of Salamanca, and of course was there that I learned my second foreign language, Spanish. Erasmus was outside home, where I lived with other people of other countries, with other languages, other cultural thing, other food. Was the period of the other. Do I think that I'm the right candidate for this project? I think yes. And it's simple, the reason why. Because I think I made enough experience by my own to try to pass in another level with organizations. I mean, this is what I feel, that I learned enough, but I reached the limit of what I can do just by my own for other people. So I would like to try to give the package of what I learned to other projects and other people to make it be much useful, of course. So thanks for watching. My name, as I said, is Antonio Pisano, and I would be really happy and I would appreciate if there would be another occasion to speak between us about what is this project and what I can do, because I am really thrilled and curious. So I'm waiting for you, of course. Bye!